messaged me this morning and let me know that one of his products was de-indexed. Actually, one of his clients' products were de-indexed. We've actually seen this happen. It actually happened to us during the holidays. And so I just want to give you a little bit of background and hopefully maybe some things that you can do to troubleshoot your listing if it does get de-indexed. So what does de-indexed mean? It means that you do a search on Amazon and you're not seeing your product. You're searching either by the brand name or the ASIN, something like that. And when you do that, you're not seeing any results. Now, there's a couple of things that's happening here. Sometimes it can be just simply a blip in the system. Sometimes when Amazon updates their algorithm, they actually re-index products. And if they're doing that, then sometimes your product can disappear. For us, that happened, and our product wasn't showing up in search for almost 24 hours. And then it came back online, and we were indexed for all our previous keywords that we were ranked for. So a couple of things: if you do a search and you can't find your product in the results, first thing you want to do, of course, is to reach out to Amazon Seller Support. Say, hey, my product's not showing up. What's going on? The other thing you can do is there is actually a tool on Seller Central, which let me see if I can pull that up for you here quickly. I actually just sent that to Jared, but anyway, actually I'll post it in the comments after I'm done with the live. But anyway, there's a troubleshooting tool within Seller Support that you can plug your ASIN in, and it'll tell you the reason why your product's not showing up. Sometimes it's not accurate, sometimes it is. But I have noticed that if you do that, it's kind of like, it's kind of like hitting the button to cross the street. It kind of gives Amazon a signal, whether it's automated or human related, to where they actually start looking into it. If within, a couple hours they haven't gotten back to you, it looks like your product's still de-indexed. All I can say is hold tight, wait for them to get back to you. If the next day your product's still not indexed and you go to the index, the tool that does the check to see why you're not indexed, and it's not saying that there's any issues, you can try to force a re-index yourself. How you can do that is make some changes to the listing, which I don't recommend unless you really have to, because that can actually hurt your rankings. So, but if you're stuck and you've talked to Seller Support, nothing's working, that's when you want to dive into your listing. Either change the title a little bit, maybe add a word, remove some words, maybe even in the bullet points, just make some changes on the listing. The other thing you really want to look at on the back end is make sure that you don't have any competitor brands in your back end or even in your front end. Either one of those can sometimes get you de-indexed. So maybe audit the listing and see if you have any of those products or any of those brands in the back end of your product. So those are some of the things you want to do if you're not indexing. You say like one day you're indexing, next day you pull up the keywords that that you're ranked for, or even just searching by your ASIN or your brand name, and you're not showing up anywhere. Those are the steps you want to take. All right, guys, that's it for today. I just wanted to touch on that really quickly. I know that people run into this issue and don't know what to do. I know that sometimes it's frustrating because Amazon, in your mind, it's a huge priority, and I know it is. In my mind, it is as well, and it happens to me. But Amazon's fielding things as they get them, kind of in the order that they get them in, and even if you check that little red thing that says, "Hey, this is important," I found that checking that box doesn't really seem to make a huge difference. Last but not least, one thing that I have noticed a lot of is that the phone support is where you want to go if you're not getting help over email fairly quickly. And part of the reason for that is, number one, you're talking to a human. And I know sometimes when they're overseas, they might be hard to understand, or they might be the quote unquote the B team. If that happens, always you can always ask for a supervisor. Try to tell them you really need this escalated. It's an important issue, and usually if you're on the phone, they'll end up doing that a little more quickly than if you reach out on email. So, all right, guys, that is it for today. Happy Wednesday, and we'll see you next week for Seller Roundtable. And if I have anything else, that I want to share before then, I will do another live. All right, guys, have a great day.